Welcome to Grant's Rock Warehouse, and we are live. I want to welcome Angie Moon to the channel. We are going to take a look at the British band, The Animals. So we want to keep it interactive. We're looking at those years from 1964 to 1969. Let's do it.
Grant is changing the world one track at a time on Grant's Rock Warehouse.
Hey, everybody, we are live. We hardly have anybody watching, but people will show up. Angie Moon is back. Angie, how are you?
Doing well, doing a lot better than a few weeks ago, that's for sure.
100%. And me too, because I had COVID and now I've remedied myself of that. So, and I was on the 80s cruise. Like I got off the boat in May and got COVID. And then I just got COVID 2 weeks ago. What's up with that? I don't know. I seem to be plagued with COVID. Every time I leave the house, Angie, I'm doomed.
Like when I went on a cruise, I went like the month before my hysterectomy, and that was to Hawaii, and I was like, I'm not going to turn that down, but I was like really concerned about getting COVID before my surgery, because I was like, if I don't get the surgery now, I don't know if I'm ever going to get it.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I didn't have COVID at all, but I was like super cautious. I remember on the way to Lithuania where I had my surgery, so I was like wearing a face mask the entire time, like one of the respirator type ones too. I was like, everyone looked at me like I was some weirdo, but I'm like, I'm going to get this surgery, come hell or high water, I don't care. Let's get this done.
Let's get this done. I hear you. So anyway, Angie's back. We need to have really a name for this series. I don't know. We keep doing a lot of the British invasion, but there's so many different 60s bands that we could cover. I don't know.
Crazy on 60s, maybe?
Say that again?
Crazy on 60s.
That'll work for me.
Yeah.
This is an ongoing series that Angie and I are doing, and we're just kind of building it as we go. So anyway, tonight we are taking a look at the Animals. We also have other episodes out there, so please check those out down below. So, and really, you know, all we're trying to do is turn you on to this stuff in case you haven't heard the Animals. Now, you know, a lot of these 60s bands people aren't discussing so much anymore. There are other channels out there that are doing it, but damn it, Angie and I are going to do it anyway. We are going to talk some 60s bands, and we're doing the Animals. So, Animals originally formed in 1962. Of course, this is one of those British invasion bands. Now, these guys were a little bit more rebellious, I would say. Angie, wouldn't you say? I mean, grittier, not quite as polished as, you know.
More like Pretty Things, really, I would say is that's definitely what I would say is they're more in the vein of that. But they're kind of in that same family, the Rolling Stones, and then they formed like the same year. It's like all these groups are all forming at the same time. I don't know what was in the water then, but one thing that makes them a bit different is they were not from London. They were quite far away from London, really, closer to Scotland. In Newcastle is where they were from.
Yeah, so that does take them traditionally out of, you know, the usual area. But, of course, you had Eric Burdon on vocals, Hilton Valentine, guitar, Chas Chandler, who did eventually... Of course, this band in 66 dissolved, who went on and managed Jimi Hendrix. Alan Price, Oregon, which is always very predominant on this stuff.
Alan Price, he went on to do the soundtrack for a movie that Malcolm McDowell, the guy from Clockwork Orange, was in. He had a few good songs. It was Oh Lucky Man, I think is the movie. It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah. John Steele's the drummer. Anyway, we're going to just go through and play some stuff. Angie started off with the Story of Bo Diddley. Why'd you choose this?
Okay, so like a lot of the other their contemporaries, like all the other 60s bands, they were all covering R&B songs from the 50s. And Bo Diddley was one of those musicians who was part of the Great Migration, moving from Mississippi. He was from the same exact town as Britney Spears. That's right, Macomb, Mississippi, same place.
I did not know that.
Yeah, like that blew my mind, because I was like, I grew up listening to Britney Spears as a kid, and I'm like, oh man, I'm a big fan of Bo Diddley too. Wow, they're from the same town. Crazy. But yeah, I love that they put their own spin on it, and they do talk a bit about the British invasion. So it's a bit of you know, it's like updated. And I think one thing that I love about Eric Burdon is, and a lot of the other British rock stars, is how much credit he gives to Black American musicians. And at the end of the 60s, he moved to America and was in the band War. That's actually how I first heard about Eric Burdon, was the band War, not the Animals, interestingly enough.
Yeah.
because my dad's really into Latin music and world music and stuff like that. So that's how I first heard out about Eric Burdon. But it was like, it's crazy that he went from being in a British R&B band to being in War. It's very interesting.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Anyway, hey Webb, I want to say hey to Zeb, Gary Joyce. We don't have very many people here, but hey, we're gonna do it. Let's go ahead and play The Story of Bo Diddley. Now this was off of the third Animals album in the States. All right, we're just gonna do it. All right, everybody, here you go, the Animals.
Now let's hear the story of Bo Diddley, the rock and roll scene in general. Bo Diddley was born in Ellis McDaniels in a place called Macomb, Mississippi, about 1926. He moved to Chicago about 1938, where his name was eventually changed to Bo Diddley. He practiced the guitar every day and sometimes into the night, till his papa's hair began to turn white. His pa said, "Son, listen here, I know you can stay, but that guitar's just got to go." So he pulled his hat down over his eyes and headed on out for them western skies. I think Bob Dylan said that. He hit New York City. He began to play the Apollo and Hall. Good scene there, everybody raving. One night, came a Cadillac, 4 headlights. Came a man with a big, long, fat cigar. He said, "Come here, son, I'm gonna make you a star." Bo Diddley said, "What's in it for me?" The man said, "Shut your mouth, son, play your guitar on, you just wait and see." Well, Bo made it. He made it real big. And so did the rest of the rock and roll scene along with him. And a white guy called Johnny Otis took Bo Diddley's rhythm and changed it into hand jive. And it went like this. In a little old country town one day, a little old country band began to play. Had 2 guitars and a beat up saxophone. When the drummer said, "Whoa," those cats began to roll. Baby, ooh, wee, oh, oh. Ooh, la, la, that rock and roll. You hear me? Ooh, wee, oh, oh. Ooh, la, la, that rock and roll. Then the U.S. music scene, there was big changes made due to circumstances beyond our control, such as payola. The rock and roll scene died after 2 years of solid rock. And you got discs like, "Take good care of my baby, please don't ever make her blue," and so forth. About 1 year later, in a place called Liverpool in England, the 4 young guys with mop haircuts began to sing stuff like, "It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog," and so on. A place called Richmond in Surrey, way down in the deep south. I got guys that have long hair down the back singing, "I wanna be your lover, baby, wanna be your man, yeah," and all that jazz. Well, we've been doing this number of Bo Diddley for quite some time now. Bo Diddley visited this country last year. And we were playing at the Club of Go-Go in Newcastle, our hometown. And the doors opened one night, and to our surprise, walked in the man himself, Bo Diddley. Along with him was Jerome Green, his maraca man, and the Duchess, his gorgeous sister.
The Duchess.
Now we're doing this number. Along with them came Rolling Stones and the Mersey Beats. They all stand around digging it. Shawver heard Bo Diddley talking. He turned around to Jerome Green. He said, "Hey, Jerome, what do you think of these guys doing our material?" Jerome said, "Where's the ball, man? Please show me to the ball." He turned around to Duchess and he said, "Hey, Dutch, what do you think of these young guys doing our material?" She said, "I don't know. I only came across here to see the changing of the guards and all that jazz." Well, Bo Diddley looked up at me and he said, with half-closed eyes and a smile, he said, "Man," took off his glasses. He said, "Man, that sure is the biggest load of rubbish I've ever heard in my life."
That's right, Dr. Sterry. You get a story and a song.
That was the era. Like, that was the era of all the storytelling in rock and roll, like the early part of it where you had the you know, the teen tragedies, and then you have things like this. And I just love the voice acting, the accents that they put on. I mean, it really shows how, you know, frontmen should not be overlooked as far as talent, because it does take a lot of skill to be able to do really good voices and stuff like that. So I admire that a lot. And like, one thing I think that is really cool about Bo Diddley is that beat and how revolutionary it was in music. I have a whole playlist on my Spotify of the Bo Diddley beat and it being used in so many different songs. And I think that was very much Bo Diddley's signature, just like that one guitar riff that Chuck Berry loved to use in all the different songs. Yeah. I love that. I mean, if it works, it works.
Rock, nice to see you. Thanks for checking out the show this morning. It's early, but we're here. We are here. We're dedicated. What a way to start out the Sunday morning. Anyway, up next, what do we got? Oh, okay. Baby, Let Me Take You Home. I know you picked this track. What can you tell us about it?
I think it's just like, I wanted to avoid the songs that were in like House of the Rising Sun, because everyone knows that one. Everyone loves that one. It was one that like I liked, but then, you know, the more I hear it, is like one of those songs that it just really, it's just so perfect. But yeah, I think Baby Let Me Take You Home is another good one to listen to from that time period.
All right, everybody, we're going to play it. Let us know what you think about it. We're just trying to turn you on to stuff, and it's just good talking about the animals. Wait a minute, that's not it.
You had not when I met you, baby, but look what you got now. Sometimes I wonder that I make a mistake when I brought you to the South. Gonna send you back to Walker. Girl, that's where you belong. Since you've been got in the big city, you've been started treating me wrong. Your mama and your daddy done told me, baby, not to bring you to the South. I brought you to the city, and the bright lights knocked you out. I'm gonna send you back to Walker. Girl, that's where you belong. I know. Since you've been got in the big city, you've been started treating me wrong. Get out of here, baby. All right.
you got to watch out what graphic you're putting up.
So this is the one, I picked this one, gonna send you back to Walker, because it is a shout out to their hometown. And it is based on an American song called Gonna Send You Back to Georgia, but they localized it and, made it about the neighborhood in Newcastle that they were from.
Yeah, I think this was the B-side to the debut single. I think this is the B-side to Baby Take You Home. So that's always something.
Yeah, I think like one of the things that I think is amusing about British culture is that British people will always talk poorly of their hometown and complain about it all the time. They'll always call it a shithole, but it's their shithole. They're like, no, you don't get to call it a shithole. It's my shithole. And I guess I have that same approach with my hometown. I'm like, no, I will, make fun of it. But at the end of the day, I do love my hometown.
So anyway, we played the B-side to this track. Let's now play the A-side to Baby Let Me Take You Home. So, and Angie already talked about it. Let us know what you think. Let's keep it real and let's just play. Listen to that guitar.
Baby, can I take you home? Baby, let me take you home. I'll love you all my life. You get that, I'll treat you right. If you just let me take you home. Baby, can I dance with you? Baby, can I dance with you? I'll do anything in this God almighty world if you just let me dance with you. Baby, let me take you home. Baby, let me take you home. You right if you just let me take you home. Well, when I saw you, baby, I couldn't ignore you, and I wanted you for my girl. And when you said yeah, I just couldn't care about anybody else in this world alone. You smiled at me, baby, and I could see my life planned out ahead. You took my hand and it felt so good, and this is what you said. Baby, won't you be my man? Baby, won't you be my man? Yes, I'll be your man, and I'll do the best I can. I wanna be your man. I told you.
All right, there you go. In fact, I wanted to add to this is that this was like their first top 10 single in the UK. And this actually hit number 21 in the States. But this is one of those songs that you never, ever hear them play anymore. It's not like, It's My Life or something like that. But this actually charted fairly high in the US and you never hear it. Like
what I love about this one, and I looked it up right on the Wikipedia page there. And yeah, the reason it sounds so familiar is just like Al said, if you're a Bob Dylan fan, you'll recognize Baby Let Me Follow You Down. And I love like his live shows in the 60s where he went electric and he played that and it just sounds really heavy. And I just love that. And then Tell Me Mama is another one that I just love how heavy that sounds when Bob Dylan played it in the 60s. And yeah, it's just one of my favorite, just Dylan songs to hear live. So yeah, this might have had an influence on Bob Dylan.
Yvonne, nice to see you. Oh, excellent. All right, let's keep this dog moving. Now we're gonna play something you probably have heard before. What do we have up next, Angie? It's My Life.
And I just love this one because it's just such a motto for me. I just love like it's my life and I'll do what I want. I just love that just teenage rebellion in it. It's just a great song.
So this reached number 7 in the UK, number 23 in the US. Hard to believe that it ranked. Hard to believe that it It charted lower than the previous track, but hey, whatever.
Crazy.
It's just, you never know.
I think it's just Vietnam. Like, it got associated so much with Vietnam, and that's probably why it's just so much more in classic rock radio.
Probably. Could be. But it's still a classic. And this was only released as a single. Now it's on comps and everything, but originally this just came out as a single. So, all right, here we go. It's My Life.
It's a hard world to get a break in. All the good things have been taken. But girl, there are ways to make certain things pay. Though I'm dressed in these rags, I'll wear sable someday. Hear what I say. I'm gonna ride this serpent. No more time spent sweating rent.
It is. It really is.
There'll be women and their fortunes who just want to mother orphans. Are you gonna cry when I'm squeezing the ride, taking all I can get, no regrets? When I open it and live on their money, believe me, honey, that money, can you believe? I ain't no saint who complains. So girl, go out and it die. And baby, remember, it's my life and I'll do what I want. It's my mind and I'll think what I want. Show me I'm wrong, hurt me sometime, but someday I'll treat you real fine. It's my life and I'll do what I want. Don't push me. It's my mind and I'll think what I want. It's my life and I'll do what I want. It's my mind and I'll think what I want. It's my life and I'll do what I want.
That's a good question, Pookie. I don't know. Well, they toured a lot. They had a lot of infighting, and they were really very busy. And that's why Alan Price left, because they were just touring, recording. It was just too much.
It's like a hamster wheel, and you know, when you're in your 20s, you know, you probably say and do things that you regret later.
Yeah,
But yeah, one of the
possibly.
things I love about It's My Life is it reminds me of a bit of one of the songs that really got me into 60s music when I was a kid. And I was watching like VH1's kind of one-hit wonder specials.
Mhm.
And one of the songs I just really love is 96 Tears by Question Mark and the Mysterians. And there's just bits of it that just sound very similar. And I love both songs so much.
Thing I like about It's My Life is that Rickenbacker 12-string riff, because, you know, the Byrds capitalized on, well, that's where, you know, of course, George Harrison had his first Rickenbacker in Hard Day's Night, and then Jim McGuinn got one, the Byrds, and then it's on this, it's kind of taken over, but it's so predominant in that chimey guitar part, I think just makes the track. We're going to keep going, kids. We're going to play, well, you want to talk about this one, Angie?
It's another popular one, but I do like this one. Yeah, Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood. It's just another one. I think I just love the drama in Eric Burdon's voice in this one.
Phenomenal track. All right, let's keep moving. We're going to play Don't let me be misunderstood. Let us know what you think. Again, God, what a great song.
Baby, do you understand me now? Sometimes I feel a little mad, but don't you know that no one alive can always be an angel? When things go wrong, I seem to be bad. I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Baby, sometimes I'm so carefree with a joy that's hard to hide. And sometimes it seems that all I have to do is worry, and then you're bound to see my other side. I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. If I seem edgy, I want you to know that I never mean to take it out on you. Life has its problems, and I get my share, and that's one thing I never mean to do, 'cause I love you. Oh, 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 baby, don't you know I'm human? I have thoughts like any other one. Sometimes I find myself alone regretting some foolish thing, some little sinful thing I've done. I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Yes, I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Yes, I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Yes, I'm just a soul whose intentions are good.
What a great track. This scored, or actually charted pretty high in the UK when it came out. Didn't do as well here. I'm surprised. This got up to at least 15 in the UK and got 33 in the charts. It doesn't seem like the Animals can get out of the 30s when they chart here in the United States.
I don't know if it's just one of those things where they get popular later on, retrospectively, and just people, they're kind of like a cult favorite. Regardless, I'm just glad that there's appreciation now.
Yeah.
Now, the next track, Inside Looking Out. This one is really interesting. So this was borrowed from like one of those prison songs from the United States, an old prison song. And the Animals did it a few years before Grand Funk. Grand Funk's version is absolutely incredible. I love the little bass jam that they do, the guitar jam, and everything. And I think Grand Funk's version is my favorite of all, but do not sleep on the Animals version. It is very, very good.
Yeah, I think this is a phenomenal track. Now, not everybody's probably familiar with it, but that's why we're playing it. And then, of course, we're in 1966 now. Alan Price has already departed because he had tax disputes, he had creative tensions. He was replaced by Dave Rowberry. So Dave's on this. The Animals by this point they're kind of falling apart, but they're still trudging on, because I think they're just really overworked is the main thing. I think that's really the big problem with the band. But let's go ahead and play it. You can't tell. It doesn't sound like a band in crisis, but let's do it. Let's Inside Looking Out. Let us know what you think. Here we go.
Sit here lonely like a broken man. Sell my time and doing the best I can. Owls and balls, they're surrounding me, but I don't want your sympathy yet. Oh baby, I just need your tender loving to keep me
Yes,
safe in
DC.
this burning oven. When my time is up, be my reaper, like Adam's work on God's clean earth. My reaper, baby, tell me it's my reaper, yeah. back to work again. Pains and blisters on my minds and my hands from living daily with those canvas bags. Thoughts of freedom, they're driving me wild, and I'll be happy like a newborn child. Be together, girl, you wait and see. No more wars, keep your love from me. Yeah! Can't you feel my love? Baby, need you, squeeze you, nobody but you, girl. I love you, need you, alright. I said everything's gonna be alright. And if you don't believe what I say, just listen, baby, I'll tell you. Can't you feel my love? Can't you see my sweet love? Can't you hear my love? It's getting louder. It's getting louder. A little closer. Yeah! I said, baby, I need you. Baby, come on. Baby, squeeze, squeeze, baby, loud. Baby, I love you. Baby, I need you. Baby, yeah, yeah. Right by my side. I need you here by my side. But I can't have it, baby. But I'll be home soon. I'll be home soon. Yeah. All right. Whoa!
Man, you know, we're talking 1966, and this is pretty heavy for 1966 if you think about it. I mean, it's
Very much so.
very much so. People must have heard this and went, holy mackerel. You know? I'm just saying, it just seems so, well,
It's like a helter-skelter of its time,
it's like the
almost.
helter-skelter of its time. So, next track we're going to play, ladies and gentlemen. Now, like I said, 1966, these guys were pretty much in shambles, but somehow MGM was able to convince the band to do one more record. Now, this record was only released in the States and was recorded here in the States. So, we're going to listen to a track. We're going to listen to a track off of Animalism called All Night Long. And now the thing about this track, just to let everyone know, the musical director on this album was Frank Zappa. Frank also wrote this track. He's also playing guitar on it. And if you listen to it and you listen to like Freak Out, the similarities and tonalities are very similar. So anyway, let's listen to Frank and the Animals doing All Night Long. No, the Browns, not much hope there.
You say that I'm no good. I want you to love me. Come on and hold me. I want you to love me, baby. Love me all night long.
Coming at you. like a traditional blues song with a little bit of psychedelia sprinkled on top. That's how I listen to. Oh shit! I don't want to play that yet. That's how I kind of hear it. You know, I like this record though. But you know, all these tracks eventually came out. You know, overseas. But yeah, this initially was just released here. I don't know. I don't know why the reasoning was. We probably would never have gotten this record had MGM not went to him and go, all right, we need another record, you know? So there you go. So now, of course, after this, the band broke up. What are we going to hear now, Angie?
So, yeah, 1967. What do we associate with that year? Well, the Summer of Love in San Francisco. So that's introducing the next song, Franciscan Nights. And Monterey is the next track, also from the same era. And that's about the Monterey Pop Festival. And there's going to be a little sitar on that one.
Well, we've got to have sitar. Now, this track, I think, what was the drummer's name? The Brain is a Problem. Now, the original band is now defunct. Chas Chandler's on to manage Hendrix. Everybody's doing their own things, but the drummer that was on the previous record, God, I can't remember his name. Someone in the chat will probably remember it, is on this record. So really, it's a totally different band. And so Eric rebranded it Eric Burdon and the Animals. So it really has nothing to do with the original band, but we're going to play it. But the other thing I find interesting, Angie, is that it really is it does so totally sound different other than Eric Burdon's vocals, you know. It's a totally different animal. So, all right, let's play it.
Particularly those of you who are European residents, save up all your bread and fly Translove Airways to San Francisco, USA. Then maybe you'll understand the song. It will be worth it. If not for the sake of this song, but for the sake of your own peace of mind.
Barry Jenkins, yes, that's it.
Strobe lights beam, create streams. Walls move, minds do too. On a warm San Franciscan night. Old child, young child, feel alright. On a warm San Franciscan night. Angels sing, leather wings, jeans of blue, Harley Davidson's too. On a warm San Franciscan night. Old angel, young angel, feel alright. On a warm San Franciscan night. I wasn't born there, perhaps I'll die there. There's no place left to go. San Francisco. Cop's face is filled with hate. Heavens above.
I don't hear your sitar yet, but there is Spanish.
Oh, it's the next one. It's
The
Monterey.
next track.
When will they
it's
ever
flexible, though.
learn? Old cop, young cop, feel alright on a warm San Franciscan night. The children are cool, they don't raise fools. It's an American dream, includes Indians too.
I have not. Great song right there, but you know, quite a departure from the original Animals, but I have no issue with it. Ravi Shankar influenced many. God, stop. Buttons are hard sometimes. Jeez, things are all worked up. Ravi did influence a lot of people. And, all the stuff, of course, the original influence, of course, in the Beatles and stuff, the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, there's
using
a
sitar.
quite popular blog post I wrote about like the Indian influence in the 60s, like rock music and everything. And it started right in the mid 60s. You had the Yardbirds, the Beatles, the Kinks had a couple like Indian sounding songs, although the Kinks ones didn't have any sitar in it. They used effects to make it sound like a droning sitar. But yeah, I just love the sitar. It's just one of the most beautiful sounding instruments. I just love it. I think it's just quintessential 60s psychedelia, and you couldn't have it without it.
Jukebox is coming in sort of on topic, Flower People. Saw Spinal Tap 2. I haven't seen it. I'm sure. And Jukebox, we have a rating out of
We're on the
5.
search for the first Spinal Tap on DVD. We're just looking for it for ages because we can't find it streaming anywhere. And we're like, yeah, I want a physical copy of Spinal Tap. I want that.
The tap rock that sitar. Jukebox. 100%. All right. So I do want to point out, Dr. Stereo, thanks for the dono. Much appreciated. We do this stuff because Angie and I just want to turn you on to stuff. And, it's just fun. I love all this stuff. This is like all my gateway drug was all this when I was 10, when I discovered all of it. So great. Ken White's here. God, it's just a wonderful day. All right. What's our next track, Angie?
Monterey. This is the one with the sitar because every 60s band's got to have a sitar song. So here we go.
Here we go. Monterey. Another one. This is 1968. There.
Came and listened. Some of them came and played. Others give flowers away. Yes, they did. Down in Monterey. Down in Monterey. Young God smiled upon the crowd.
You gotta have horns and sitar.
Their music being born of love. Children dance night and day. Religion must be born down in Monterey. The birds and the airplane did fly. Oh, Ravi Shankar's music made me cry.
The mispronunciation of the
The Who.
Exploded into fire and light. Hugh Massagala's music was black as night. The Grateful Dead blew everybody's mind. Jimi Hendrix made believe me, set the world on fire.
Yeah, a little too young to play bass.
His Majesty Prince Jones smiled as he moved them off the ground. 10,000 electric guitars were grooving real loud. Yeah. You wanna find the truth in life? Don't pass music by. And I would not lie. No, I would not lie. No, I would not lie. Down in Monterey. All right. I think that maybe I'm dreaming. Monterey! Monterey! Down in Monterey! Did you hear what I said? Down in Monterey!
Lots of it. There you go. We started out, ladies and gentlemen, with the story of Bo Diddley, and we ended up with the story of the Monterey Pop Festival. Eric Burden is quite the storyteller, Angie. That's all I'm going to say.
That's what I love is just how many stories there are about the 60s. I love the storytelling in music. Like, that's why I'm just really big into concept albums. Like, I just love storytelling. I love things with a unifying theme. I love multiple movements in music. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the Animals just tick a lot of the boxes there.
Yeah, I love all of it. And, you know, I don't think, I think the Wizard, maybe somebody mentioned that the Animals were in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Well, yeah, but still compared to their temporaries. Now, the Animals didn't write a lot of their own material. So I think that they're looked at a little bit differently, you know. But what they delivered as a band and the talent that they had, I'm talking about the original band. The original Animals were very talented players, and that really comes through. But, you know, because they weren't the Beatles and they weren't the Stones and they didn't write their own stuff, I think that they kind of I think that they're probably on par with the Yardbirds, you know, because they didn't write a lot of their stuff either, you know.
But like they launched so many different careers, like you could see what directions the band members were going into. It's really cool to just see like what becomes of each band member.
Pookie has a good point. The Animals made the covers their own. And a lot of this, when we listen to the cover versions, they seem to make that the definite version because they do have that interpretation. Pookie, you are all over it. Yes.
I think there's one other group that really knew how to do that, and that would be Manfred Mann. I would say they were also excellent with that because nobody listens to Bruce Springsteen's Blinded by the Light, Doo-Wah Diddy. Everyone knows the Manfred Mann version.
Three Dog Night. DC's coming to Three Dog Night. Yes, another band that could take someone else's, like the Laura Nyro tracks, and make them their own. You know, Harry Nilsson.
I'll add one more.
Go ahead.
Joan Jett.
Yep. She would take whatever cover and make it 100%. Golly. Yeah, there's a lot of them. There's a show in itself.
That would be a great
show. Devo. What? Oh, yeah. Well, their version of Satisfaction. Good point, Jukebox. Wow. So anyway, Eric Burden.
Franklin. Can't forget Aretha Franklin and Respect.
Yep.
Otis was like, no. That's not my song anymore. That's Aretha's.
Yvonne likes the Manfred Band.
Yes.
No one really talks about Manfred. We should do Manfred Band.
I saw the Manfreds actually like about a decade ago. So that was the version with Paul Jones and some of the other ones, not the one with Manfred, because Manfred tours with an iteration of the Earth Band. He doesn't really do any of the 60s stuff anymore.
Right. Chipmunk Punk by the Chipmunks. Wait a minute. What is this, Jeff? I really dislike missing the house. Well, it's not like they go away. You can always watch them when they start because they are the best thing on YouTube, bar none, because your interactions with the chat room. Good morning to you all. Thanks, Jeff, for the kind words. Well, it's an early morning Sunday show. Why not? The Dickies, Nights in White Satin. Well, I don't know if that's the definite version, but you needed a show about who?
I'm guessing the Manfreds?
Manfred Mann?
That would be an awesome show, yeah.
Well, we can do that in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We'll get through all these British invasion bands. We're never going to run out of stuff because there's a lot of bands that... Manfred Mann, I do believe, needs to be... Yes, let's do Manfred Mann in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right. See, this is how these shows...
different eras. I want to do all the eras of Manfred. I'm like, I want to go into chapter 3. I'd love to talk about Earthband as well.
Well, we could split it up. Just do Manfred Mann, the 60s stuff, and then do Earthband.
Yeah. Yeah, I can probably put chapter 3 in there because I think their earliest stuff did still come out in the 60s.
Byron, I think Yvonne is related to Manfred Mann. No doubt. Look at that. Yvonne's getting all worked up.
Oh,
we
good one.
We could do Naz. If you've got any ideas that you want Angie and I to cover and put the spotlight on, just let us know down below in the comment section, because a lot of this chat stuff I'll never see again. Trogs, there you go.
I'll keep it noted though. Yeah.
Earthband, Nazareth did great. Yes. Love Hurts. They've took that and made that their own. Earthband is very good. Look at this. We're getting Manfred Mann is very everybody's all worked up for Manfred Mann. All right, Manfred
Well, not in
Mann.
the Rock Hall. That's the interesting thing. Actually, I don't know if people have noted this, but Manfred Mann was pretty good friends with Trevor Rabin of Yes. Trevor Rabin is actually the only African musician to be in the Rock Hall. He's the only one. Nobody else is from Africa in the Rock Hall. It's just him.
I did not know that.
Now, here's another one. I originally thought that Manfred Mann was the first rock star to come from Africa, which is actually not true. It's Cherry Wainer, who was in Lord Rockingham's in the 50s. So that she came to England before Manfred did.
Solar Fire, isn't that Earthband?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that is.
Doo-wah Diddy Man, later years, yes. All right, Zeb.
Good stuff.
DC, what do you do? What's wrong? What is someone getting worked up, DC? Gary Lewis and the Playboys. Could do that.
That's going to be a new one for me because I don't listen to them.
Well, we can get that down the road. This is an ongoing series as long as Angie wants to do it.
I'm happy to. This is
Okay.
fun. 13th floor elevators, that would be good. Yeah, that's a good one.
All right. I've seen Manfred Mann. Oh. You've seen the Earth Band live.
I
Very
wanted
nice.
to.
What else? Anybody else have any more comments? But anyway, like I said, down below, leave comments of it. We're kind of stuck in the British invasion. Well, I like the British invasion for now.
I'd love to do just a freak beat kind of compilation. I grab a bunch of random freak beat songs and it's just a hodgepodge of different things. That would
All
be a
right.
great
I'm
idea.
game for that. Red Crayola. Look at you, jukebox. All right. Well, we've almost went an hour, so I think we can wrap this up. I hope you got something out of it. I hope it was just a fun Sunday morning experience for you. I want to thank Angie for doing this with me. We will be back in a couple weeks with Manfred Mann. So
Yay.
hopefully tune in. We will be back. All right, everybody. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. The attack. Oh, I'd like to do the action.
Yes.
All right.
The Creation's another one I'd love
The
to
creation.
do.
I'd like to do the creation too.
I think Phil Collins really liked The Creation, if I remember right. He was a big fan of them.
But the action, the creation, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Sun Ra. Thanks, Stephen. Really good show on the animals. Thanks, Angie and Grant. All right, cool. We'll see everybody. Angie, I'll be in contact. We'll set something up. Keep it real, everybody. We'll see you on the next one for Manfred Mann. All right. Have a good weekend.